Right, day out in the woods today, just a little walk with the two dogs, come out to do a few things. First thing I'm going to do is have a look to see whether we can find some fatwood. So the forest that I'm in at the moment is a managed forest. Your best, if you're looking for fatwood, it's obviously pine trees that you're after. You're looking for dead standing trees that have fallen. These are the best trees to look for. Right, so looking around this area here, there's a few stumps of pine trees that have been felled, so we're just going to have a look to see what we can find. Right, so looking at this stump here, just by giving it a kick, I can see that it's not fully rotten. The pieces are quite solid, so what we're going to do is just with a small axe just have a go at seeing what's inside of this wood. What I'm using to harvest the fatwood is this little Fiskars X5. It can be a little bit too small. You might need an axe with a little bit more weight on the end of it, but I generally find that when I'm looking for fatwood that this pretty much does it for me. So like I said, I found this stump here. So what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for it solid. So this is all rotten, so I'm just going to pull all of the rotten pieces out, and then just using the axe, I'm just going to clean it up all the way around. And what we're looking for is to get to the heart. So I'm just cleaning all of this wood away, and just by knocking the sides off, I can start to see down the centre here, this looks quite shiny. So by breaking a bit more off, I can pull out these pieces here, and just by smelling it you can really smell the pine resin inside of it. So this is excellent stuff for firelighting. So these are the bits that we're after. They smell really, really resiny. So we're just going to chop those pieces out. If you look at that, you can see the resin right down the centre. Can be lit when it's wet, but it's better drying out. Another bit to find is to have a look at the roots of the pine. So here's a root here, and looking at this piece here, you can see down the side here, this has got a lot of fatwood in it. So this bit's worth keeping. There we are. And we're going to use this just to make a little fire just in the bush box, just to brew a coffee. Just to show you what I carry in my day pack. Obviously it does change depending on what the weather is, but this is generally what I carry in my day pack. This is a 38 litre Alt Kit Ledge. I must say it's a pretty good bag just as a day bag. Can be a bit big, but yeah, just carry it as it is really. Top part of the bag. So in here I just carry my Mora knife, which has a fire steel, my cookser, tiny little bush box, some mozzie repellent, but that won't be needed much more, some sugar, and a spork. And that's the top part of that bag. Main compartment inside here, that's just my camera gear. I've got a jacket here. It's one of my favourite ones just from a day pack. This is a Fjallraven wind layer. It's rainproof, it's not waterproof, but that's just shoved in the bag. My fire starting kit. My little axe. 70 CL Eagle kettle. Some coffee. There's a Sawyer filter. Little trowel. There's a seat pad. What else have we got in here? And my grill. So that's what I carry inside the bag. On the outside, I've just got a little bottle of water. And then in the lid pocket, there's the rucksack cover. Just a couple of snacks, a soup and a pepperami. Just a plastic poncho, just in case you get caught out. Small first aid kit. And some loo roll in case I get caught out. So that's my day pack. Right, so I'm using this little bush box. Just a little tiny one this is. I like to light using primitive method, using flint and steel. So what I've got in here, I've got my pouch with some char cloth, the steel and a piece of flint, and then in this bag here I've just got, there's not much left in here, it should be enough to light it. Just a little bit of birch bark which I'll place just down there. So out of here, flint and steel, so 45-degree angle. We're looking just to get a spark. There we go. Just onto that char cloth. You can just see that's just going there. And I'm just going to embed that into the birch bark. And there we go. Nearly went. There we go, and that just goes in there. And then start off with my little sticks. Got my bits of pine resin here, my fatwood, and I'm just going to hold this. You watch this. Hold this above the flame. And that's there. Okay, it burns really black. We'll just drop those pieces in. Burns really hot. Just put a few of those in. So if you smell it, you can really smell the pine inside. So you can see from that how quickly that has caught up, and you can see that bubbling away, all of the resin coming out. Right, while we're waiting for that water to boil, I just want to do a quick little review about these new trousers that I've been using for the last week or so. So these trousers here, these are made by Revolution Race, a Swedish company. I've got a one pair of their trousers I've been using for a while, and I really like those, so I thought I'd give these ones a go. These are the next one that's up. So these are the GPX Pro. The ones I've been using with the GPX, there's a slight bit of difference with the GPX Pro, but I'll just go through these right now. So the GPX trousers, all along the inside, this is really four-way stretch material. These trousers are quite figure hugging, but you will find that there's so much movement in it just because of the way that this material is made. It's very lightweight and very stretchy all the way around, so you won't find that these sort of restrict your movement in any way. The difference between these trousers and the GPX is these ones have more sort of reinforcement on them. So just to run through them, starting at the bottom. Great thing about these, boot clips on the bottom. So clip it onto your boot laces. You've got adjustable pops on the side. One thing I do find about these though, even though they're clipped on at the front, they still do ride up the back of the boot at the back. Really reinforced on the inside here, so a good bit here. So these are the areas that are going to get muddy and going to get wet. So this bit, at this area here, this is likely to stop you from getting as wet as possible. Coming up, you've got the possibility for knee pads in these as well, if you're using these for work or you're on your knees all the time. Two thigh pockets along the side. This one inside here has a little mesh pocket inside for a phone. On the sides of the legs, you've got these zips that run down here, and this offers ventilation inside your trousers here. So on the back, you've got one right butt pocket here, and then you've got the two pockets here. So looking at these trousers from this angle here, you can see it's all stretch around here, insides of the legs, outside, sorry, behind the knees there. You've got a good bit on the back side here, which is good for sitting down. I'd recommend these trousers if you're doing a long distance hike, or if you're constantly working out in the outdoor environment. I do like the fact that they've got the ventilation down the side. I think that's really good, because I think due to this extra layer on the front here, I reckon that these are going to get quite warm if you're you're being quite aggressive and you're walking. But in general, I think these are a fantastic set of trousers. So these are the GPX Pro by Revolution Race. You can find them online. You can follow them on Instagram. So the GPX Pro is a really hard wearing pair of trousers. I'd recommend these if you're doing something that's quite arduous, you're working outside, you're hiking, you're climbing. They're really strong pair of pants. And the great thing about these is this flexible sort of four-way stretch on the inside, behind the legs there as well. To say, they're a pretty good pair of pants. So you can see here what I said about the soot that comes off this pine resin. The bottom of that kettle is absolutely black